A Fulton County grand jury returned a true bill of indictment, charging 19 individuals with violations of Georgia law arising from a criminal conspiracy to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in this state. I am giving the defendants the opportunity to voluntarily surrender no later than noon on Friday, the 25th day of August, 2023.
That is Georgia's Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis speaking out overnight about the historic indictment against former President Donald Trump and 18 others over their alleged attempt to overturn the state's 2020 presidential election results. President Trump now indicted for a fourth time.
This latest indictment accusing him and others of coordinating a criminal enterprise to change the outcome of the 2020 election in the state of Georgia. And joining us now with the latest is ABC senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky there in Atlanta. And Aaron, I'm curious, what are some of the key charges that stand out to you?
This is just a staggering, sweeping, sprawling indictment, Eva, and I think what stands out in it, over 98 pages, are the details, the tweets, the phone calls, the meetings that in and of themselves may not constitute crimes, but taken together are acts in furtherance of what the district attorney called a criminal conspiracy to keep former President Trump in power. Now, Trump denies doing anything wrong and says this indictment violates his free speech rights, and he has expressed no qualms about trying to court voters. At the same time, he has to honor all of his court dates. But the district attorney says this conduct was knowing and willful and unlawful.
Aaron, this is Trump's fourth indictment. Let's talk about the others named in this case, 18 allies of Trump. We're talking about Mark Meadows, Rudy Giuliani. How big of a deal is this, and how serious are these charges?
These are some of former President Trump's closest allies and aides. His former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, who came here to Georgia to try to oversee or at least view an audit of the vote that was not open to the public. And for Rudy Giuliani, this is yet another touchstone in what has been something of a fall after he was earning the moniker of America's mayor following September 11th. Now he's criminally charged and with a racketeering crime. And he knows well the power of a RICO indictment because he deployed them often, frequently, when he was the U.S. attorney in Manhattan taking down organized crime.
Aaron, there are 18 people indicted with former President Trump, but there are also 30 who were unnamed but referenced. What do we know about the role those unnamed people allegedly played in all of this?
Eva, this is something that the former president may or may not have been expecting and is undoubtedly trying to figure out who these 30 people are. But they are actors, even though they are not named, in this criminal organization, as the prosecutors call it. And sometimes it's as simple as being on the receiving end of a phone call. One unindicted co-conspirator worked on a draft of a speech, according to the indictment, with former President Trump about the outcome of the election. Little bit players that helped comprise this rather staggering indictment.
Aaron, let's talk about the timing. What do you make of when the DA wants to try the case and how much time the former president and his allies will have to turn themselves in?
All of these defendants, all 19, have until noontime next Friday to turn themselves in. Otherwise, the district attorney says she's going to seek their arrest. So we expect a parade of defendants to show up here in the coming days. And then once this goes to trial, the district attorney says she's going to push for a trial all at once for all 19 defendants within 6 months. That would be quite ambitious and certainly conflict with the nation's political calendar in a way that we've never really seen before. As it is, August 25th is 2 days after the first Republican debate. Former President Trump has not yet said whether he's attending that debate.
This is the fourth indictment. Aaron, how bad is this for the former president?
Eva, he's now facing 91 felony charges in 4 places at the same time. I'm hard-pressed to think of any other criminal defendant who has simultaneously faced 4 criminal indictments in 4 different jurisdictions. This particular indictment uses language that we maybe haven't seen since Watergate. It speaks of a cover-up in furtherance of a crime, and the crime, the indictment says, is to knowingly disregard the will of the people.
It is most certainly historic.
What has Trump's reaction been to all of this?
Well, he says he's done nothing wrong. His campaign says that this is a violation of his free speech rights. That may be his best legal defense. The former president says he's going to appear Monday at his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey, to present what he calls irrefutable proof of election fraud here in Georgia. There was never any evidence presented, and these wild claims are what got him in trouble in the first place with the district attorney. But he says he's going to present this proof. Rudy Giuliani says this indictment is just meant to rig the next election against anybody willing to take on the ruling regime. Those, though, are political arguments, and they may serve to work with a Republican base, but they'll have to come up with something else to argue in court.
ABC senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky, thank you so much for being with us today.
Aaron, thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.